Hey guys, Mike here, and today I'm going to talk about the truth about SEO for financial advisors. I'm going to talk about my experience, what I learned doing over 300 projects for financial advisors. Now, this could apply to any business. I tend to work with lots of businesses. I've also worked with lots of financial advisors. My dad was a financial advisor. I've been in the space. I understand how this works. I understand how it works from a digital marketing perspective and how we can apply that to you and help you start getting results right away based on this information. So yeah, 300 plus projects for financial advisors. Every business different, every business in a different location, different specialty, all these things. But the fundamentals break down to a few simple things that we could share today. And I'm going to talk about what are the top searches driving traffic for any financial advisor. What are the biggest factors that advisors are overlooking on their websites in terms of search? How the best advisors are driving 10 times the traffic as average advisors. I'm going to show you exactly what that is and how you can take that idea and apply it to your business to start 10xing your traffic today. Okay, so here's the data. Let's get into it. These are averages. After I'd done so many projects, I thought I want to look back and see what the trends are, see what I can learn and see what I can share. And it stood out to me pretty quickly that the bottom 90% of advisors have on average 123 clicks over a 3-month period. So there's a great tool called Google Search Console. You can install it on your website. It gives you data on everything. And so most advisors on average are doing about 200 clicks over this 3-month period. That includes everything from Google. The top advisors stood out because on average they did 1,500 clicks per that same 3-month period. And some of them were doing much more than that. And so you look at the difference in this and you just think, whoa, what's going on? How are some people doing 1,500 and some people are doing 120? And what's the difference based on what we're trying to achieve? And what are the top 10% doing that the bottom 90 aren't? And how do we apply that to your business? Okay, that's where we're going. But first, I always have to start out with the beginning with what is search? Why is it important? How does it matter to your business? Everything makes sense from there. So search is one vehicle that people use to find your website. You might send emails, post on social media. At the end of the day, you're sending people to your website from all these different channels. And we're hoping that we build trust with them in some way, that they take an action to further their relationship with you, whether that's download a report, schedule a call, something that gets them going towards working with you if it makes sense to do so. So the question for today is, how do people get onto your website via search? But really what you need to always keep in mind is at some point we want to convert these people into leads. And we need to know how to do that, but that's a separate conversation. Okay, so today, strictly how do we get people onto your website via search? That's what matters. So the first thing that we're going to talk about in the biggest search driving traffic to any advisor site is almost always firm specific search. And what I mean by that is somebody searching for you, your firm by name, advisors that work within your firm by name, they're searching for you. And when they do that, they see results like this. So they see a section here talking about your website. You might have a site title, a meta description. You're inviting them through to click through to your site. And then on the right-hand side, if you've done this properly, you've got a Google business profile listing that's optimized, has your logo in it, a nice picture of you maybe, or your building or something, contact information. And this helps build trust because people show up here, especially if you're an advisor, they're going to Google you before they hand over their life savings. So even if somebody refers business to you, they're going to Google you. This is what they're going to see. Do your results look professional? Are they building trust before people even get to your website? So this is an important thing that often gets overlooked by advisors. Very important. We see a lot of traffic coming through from this search. And you know what? So the second thing, and what most people think of when they think of as SEO, is I want to be discovered by people via search. So that we start to think about that in category specific searches. So this is people searching for what it is that you do. So financial advisor near me, retirement planning in San Diego, things like this. These are people searching for what you can help them with. Okay. When this search takes place, it's a completely different landscape of results. So we've got ads at the top. These can be very expensive, anywhere from $25 to $50 per click, depending on where you're at. It's very competitive. Then we have this maps section of the Google listings, which I should reiterate is not websites, but is showing up above all the websites that are ranking organically. So these here are actually Google business profiles that are showing up in the maps section of a Google search. So you've got your Google business profile here on your firm specific search, and you've got Google business profile showing up above all the websites in your category specific search. So this is one of the reasons why Google business profile is so important. It's absolutely critical to getting in front of the right customers who are searching for what it is that you do. Okay. And then we got at the bottom here, websites ranking organically, which is what most people think of when they think of search. Where does my website rank? But that's just a small portion of it. And you need to understand SEO for advisors is a much bigger conversation that we need to have. Okay. So yeah, category specific search and here. Okay. So the goal of optimizing an advisor's site in their whole online presence for search is you want to be in these, like there's a chance to be in these two spots in the category specific. You'd be in the top of the maps and you'd be in the top of the website for a search here. And then you're getting free visibility next to these people who are paying tons of money to be at the top. So if you do it right, you could be here. And that's the goal of the package that I offer that I actually developed specifically for advisors. Goal is this. Okay. And then we've got insights from your Google business profile. You can see how that's doing. And then installing best practices and like how you can rank. Generally, when I go through this process for an advisor, I'll see something like this. You might be ranking like deep in the pages. In this case, it was ranking 74. A few months later, we did a review of the website. We refreshed it. And we got a nice jump here. And then the firm kept climbing. This took 2 or 3 months to go from 75 rank to like number 4. Okay. I see things like this all the time. Advisors not ranking on any of the obvious terms, like category specific searches in their town. Install best practices, rank in the top 1 or 2 spots. So, just being very clear with what you're doing on your website, making sure you're doing all the best practices can get you moving up the rankings quickly. Okay. All right. Now let's talk about how we 10x your traffic. How do we get to that next top 10%, 10 times the amount of traffic as everyone else? And I'm going to talk through that right now. So this comes down to, hold on. Let me back up. Usually when people think of SEO, there's a lot of jargon. There is expensive software you can purchase to like help you understand what keywords are going to rank the best with this most search volume. You don't need to know any of that. You use search, you use Google, you can understand. It's very simple. You go to search when you want answers. Okay. So 10xing your traffic really comes down to understanding who your target customer is, what they're typing into Google, and when it's relevant to you, how you could show up in those searches. That's all we're trying to do. It's actually very simple. And for advisors, hold on one second. So for advisors, there's this local idea of when somebody searches, they probably kind of want to be near you, and there's little back doors that you can find where if you answer the right question, you can get above, a lot of people because it's not a competitive word. So if you want to try to win something in search of like, how do I retire? It's gonna be very hard to win. But if you type in something like this, like how do I save taxes when retiring from Qualcomm or whatever local major corporation is near you, you're going to see answers like this. Look at, I should have even expanded this here. Look at Pacific Wealth Management. So it's an advisory firm. The Retirement Group, another one. BMW Financial, all have answers here. And they're probably getting a bunch of traffic from people who work at Qualcomm who are looking to retire. So that's a great niche. And just so you know, the data backs this up. I've seen many firms that have tried this answer really specific questions about companies near them and drive tons of traffic to their site. So this is a secret that if somebody uses an expensive software to track a keyword to get a lot of volume, it's not going to tell you this, okay? Understanding your customer, understanding what they're typing into Google, and then answering those questions on your website, that's how you're going to drive 10x traffic as an advisor. There's no secret formula, no machine that's going to do it for you. You have to just think, who are my customers? What are they typing in? And what questions do they have? And so you just write blogs. And then if you write 10 blogs, probably 2 are going to hit and you're going to get some traffic. If you write 100, you're going to have 20 hit and you're going to have lots of traffic. Okay. So I've seen this work for many advisors. This is actually not an advisory site, but I wanted to give you a background. I'll show you in a second how you get 500,000 clicks from SEO. It's exactly this process, answering questions. Okay. So the downside of Google and what the downside of SEO, what people don't like, is it takes time, right? It's like you got to do work, you got to wait to see the results. Okay. So there's this lag in between when you do the work and when the results show up. And you're like, do I trust this? How do I know this is going to work? Okay. So here's a site that did 400,000 clicks over the life of their time with the site. I was working with them since 0. And we basically just said 1 article a week, every week for about a year. And, it just compounds when you're answering questions that people have in Google and you're doing it, trying to create great content. That's what happens. So this is another firm, 8,000 clicks from search. They had a 6K package, so very valuable. So there's this lag, and there's advisors know it's like if you want to retire, you got to start saving early, right? Plant a tree now. But there's a process to this, and sharing on social media has actually the opposite curve. So you share it today, and it's actually not worth much tomorrow or the next day. But you can write a blog, post it on social media, share it, you get benefit now, and you do that over and over and over and over, and you can get benefits now and benefits later, benefits now, benefits later. So that's kind of how the engine works in terms of SEO. Create content, send it to your email list, put it on LinkedIn, put it on Facebook, put it on Twitter, drive traffic back to your site. People engage with that content. Google Analytics is installed on your site. Google sees how people are interacting with your content, and they go, oh, this must be great content. And then they rank it higher. So it's kind of a feedback loop that takes place when you install this in your business. And at the end of the day, that's it. So you have firm specific search. You've got category specific search where people discover you. And then you've got answers to questions that your customers have. And that's how you get to the 10X level. Okay. So I covered a lot. I was throwing lots of things at you. Hopefully it wasn't totally overwhelming, but if we go back to the beginning of what we wanted to cover, top searches for financial advisors. Don't overlook people searching for you because people are referring you to other people and they don't want to hand over their life savings without Googling you. So take care of your own search appearance first, then 10x your traffic. And you could do that by just answering questions that people have. And if you work with people that are corporate, answer questions that are specific to their company. That's a trick. And you'll do it. Start doing that now. Let me know how it goes. If you want help with any of this, you can click the link below, schedule a call with me. I work with advisors all the time, so I'm happy to talk just about your business and what you're trying to do to grow, or specifically about SEO, whatever. Schedule a call. Let's connect, and look forward to hearing from you then. Bye.